Yes or no?
Well, of course you can move in with me, but are you sure you want to?
Ruby, I cannot live in the same apartment with Frisco as long as he continues to behave like this.
Oh, honey, he's just doing what he thinks is right. Hi there, kid.
Hey, Ruby. Wait up. How was a great workout?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, yeah.
I just wish I could have worked out more on the weights, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to build myself up.
Yeah, me too, you know. I want to be so strong nobody's ever going to push me around again.
Yeah, well, I don't think working out is going to help you with your parents.
Funny.
Hey, speaking of which, look.
Sheriff Broder, are you trying to suggest that Chief Anna Devane has some kind of personal vendetta against Kevin O'Connor?
Well, either that or she's made such a mess of this investigation that she'll take any conviction she can get.
I see. Now, I have to believe that justice will ultimately be served in this particular case, and if Chief Devane's evidence really is as flimsy as you say it is, then Kevin O'Connor will never be convicted of Jennifer Talbot's murder if he is brought to trial. However, if she does have proof, then perhaps this brownstone murder case will finally be solved. That's all the time we have this morning. I'd like to thank Sheriff Broder of Laurelton for being my guest. As always, we welcome your opinions and any issue discussed on this show, so if you'd like to contact me, please write in care of this station. This is Jenny Blake, thanking you for joining us. See you next time.
Here. That was one professional job.
No doubt. I don't get it.
Oh, honey, what do you mean?
I don't understand.
Oh, look, it means she's a professional and that she does her job very well.
But how can she act so cool all the time?
What does that mean?
Well, she's acting as if she doesn't even know I'm gone. She doesn't even care I'm gone. I look at her and it looks like she's getting by fine without me.
And what did you expect? You're the one who said you didn't want to live with your mother. Did you expect Jenny to curl up and die? What's she supposed to do, put her life on hold until you decide to grow up?
Hey, anybody for breakfast?
Yeah,
right over here. I'm sorry.
We'll have it at the counter.
Sorry.
Yeah.
See you in a minute, Ruby. Poor Mike. I suppose he brought it on himself. You know, I hope I never have a family that breaks up like that.
Oh, come on, you won't.
You know, I keep thinking about this whole business about getting married and having kids. I'm going to be really certain before I make that big step.
Well, you're never going to know if you try.
Yeah, I suppose. And look what Mike's doing to the Webbers. I mean, kids can really break up a big relationship, can't they?
Yeah, and they can...
Oh, Ruby, I just wish I knew what was going to happen. What about you? Do you think that I could raise a cop's kids?
Honey, you'd be absolutely amazed. Gotta get to work. Okay, what?
Found it.
Let me see. Jim? Would you come in a minute, please?
What do you need, Chief?
I want a quick check run on this sweater. I want to see if the threads match the ones found on Jennifer Talbot's body.
All right, I'll have the boys in the lab get right on it.
As soon as possible.
Coming up.
Did you have any difficulty finding him?
Terry gave me the key. I searched the apartment myself.
Was it hidden?
Well, it wasn't in plain sight, but it didn't look like anybody was trying to hide it purposely, no.
I just wish we had some concrete evidence.
Well, the sweater might do it.
Yeah, I'm counting on it.
Well, lots riding on the judge's verdict, too. Like my relationship with Felicia.
Frisco.
Kevin goes to trial for murder. I think she might move out.
What she said?
In a lot stronger terms, yeah.
I'm sorry. We best get over to the court. I just wish I had some confirmation on that sweater. Yes?
Chief, it's a match. The wool on that sweater is identical to that found on the victim.
One more nail in the coffin, eh?
Big one. We better get over and tell Madison.
Fancy meeting you here.
Easy, Kevin.
Kevin, I really wish I was sitting next to you defending me.
Not half as much as I do.
Look, Kevin.
I know what Bobby and Terry are asking you to do is difficult, especially if you don't believe that I'm innocent. And I'd be a liar if I said I didn't care whether or not you're defending me. But if you can't handle it, I understand. No hard feelings. I don't want anyone on my side who doesn't believe in me 100% anyway.
Look, I want to thank you for coming.
Well, I'm glad someone let me have the morning off.
Yeah. Uh-oh. What? So look, now that the other team has took the field.
Felicia, listen, honey, we need to talk, all right?
Sure. Just stop dumping on your friends.
Felicia.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Harold Davis presiding.
Be seated. Kevin O'Connor, you have been brought before this court on one count of murder in the second degree. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether there is probable cause for a grand jury to formally indict you. The state may present its case against the accused.
Thank you, Your Honor. If it please the court, it is our contention that Kevin O'Connor did indeed murder Jennifer Talbot on the morning of March 17th of this year. We have reason to believe the act was premeditated.
Give me some facts, Mr. Madison. That's what we're here for.
We have an eyewitness who can place the accused at the airport having a heated argument with Mrs. Talbot on the morning she disappeared. They were seen leaving together. Also, we have a young man who will testify that Kevin O'Connor was not in attendance at a med school lecture on the morning in question, although he claims he was. In fact, Mr. O'Connor asked his fellow student to sign in for him, saying he would be late for class. Well, he never appeared at all, but clearly wanted everyone to think that he had.
Go on.
Mr. O'Connor claims to have been at a lecture where no one saw him, then to have studied at the med school library. We have been unable to find anyone who can positively place him in either location. Now, as for motive, Mr. O'Connor stood to inherit a substantial amount of stock in the Purity Water Company upon the death of Jennifer Talbot.
Objection, Your Honor. Kevin O'Connor had no way of knowing that.
You'll have your chance, Counselor. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, a thread of blue wool found on the body of the victim has been positively identified as having come from a sweater belonging to the accused. Given the overwhelming weight of this evidence, the state believes that this court has no choice but to bind Kevin O'Connor over until such time as a grand jury may formally indict him for the second-degree murder of Jennifer Talbot.
You wish to make a statement?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. The district attorney has presented nothing here but circumstantial evidence.
Well, then I suggest that you substantiate your client's whereabouts on the morning Jennifer Talbot disappeared.
Well, I'm sure that I can do that, Your Honor, given time. But the district attorney has rushed us all in here to this hearing so quickly there's really not been time enough to properly prepare. Nor has he presented adequate evidence to warrant the holding of my client, Kevin O'Connor. So, Your Honor, I respectfully request that we put an end to this hasty rush to judgment and stop all this nonsense.
Well, what we're doing here is hardly nonsense, Counselor. However, I will take your suggestion under advisement.
Jake, Ted isn't helping, is he? Listen, you've got to do something. If you don't, no one will.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.
All right.
Be seated. Will the defendant please rise? Kevin O'Connor, I have carefully considered the state's case against you. In my opinion, there is sufficient evidence to request a grand jury to consider indicting you on felony charges in the second-degree murder of Jennifer Talbot. Does the state have a recommendation as to the matter of bail?
Your Honor, may I remind the court that this is a case of premeditated murder. In addition, the state has reason to believe the accused may have been involved in 2 other killings, the murders of Earl Moody and Neil Johnson. We therefore strongly advise that bail be denied to Kevin O'Connor.
No.
Counselor.
Yes, Your Honor, I have known Kevin O'Connor since he was a young boy, and he is now, and he has been, an upstanding citizen of this community.
Now, this is not the time for a character reference, Mr. Holmes. What does the defendant do? What's his occupation?
He is a medical student, Your Honor, working at General Hospital.
Marital status?
Married, and he has no children.
Can you provide this court with any assurance that he will be present for the grand jury hearing?
Yes, Your Honor, I can give you my word.
Given the seriousness of the charges and the possible involvement of the defendant in other crimes, I hereby deny bail. Kevin O'Connor, you are to be remanded into the custody of local authorities until such time as the grand jury convenes to hear your case.
Frisco! What the hell is that sweater supposed to prove? You heard the DA. Yeah, I heard him. What he neglected to mention, what you obviously didn't want the judge to hear, is I have the same identical blue sweater. What? Yeah, that's right. My mother made 2 of them, one for each of her boys. Mine's exactly like Kevin's. You know what? It's bad enough that we got a cop spy living in the brownstone. But if he's going to go around looking for evidence, you better make damn sure he gets all of it. Even if it means destroying your case.
Frisco took me up to school.
I know he did. I asked him to. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Would you like a soda?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't have any money.
What is that sound? Let me see what I got. Oh! Look there. It's on me, kid.
Thanks, Frisco. Be right back.
Don't run. You be careful.
Close the door. I have a treat for you also.
Well, I could use one. Patrick?
Yes.
Identical to Kevin's, right?
Yes, again.
See, I mean, I felt that it was too easy. In this case, clues don't exactly fall in your lap.
No. And we have to walk all over our friends to get them. And it turns out to be a joke.
We just have to keep digging, Frisco.
We?
Are you having second thoughts about this?
Second, third, and fourth. I feel like I'm being a traitor to everyone, Anna. I can't go on with this any longer.
Can't go on doing what?
Walking this fence. It's tearing me apart. You know, I could lose the woman I love if I don't choose sides. And fast.
Yes, come in.
Chief, these are the tire molds from the rented car Kevin O'Connor drove on St. Patrick's Day.
Do they match the ones found near the body?
Not even close.
That figures, seeing the way this case is going right now.
Too bad we're not working for the defense, huh? We're building a hell of a case for Kevin.
Well, actually, you know, the tire marks, they aren't exactly conclusive.
Why?
Because if the killer was smart, he could have hired 2 cars, one to be the alibi and one to be the murder vehicle. But I wonder if that's what Kevin did do.
I don't believe it.
Believe what?
You know, Felicia may be right. You really are starting to lose it.
I'm trying to convict a killer. I'm trying to bring him to justice.
By bending evidence? Huh? Are you determined to convict Kevin, whether he's guilty or not? I mean, what are you doing here, Anna? Are you building a case? You're trying to frame an innocent man.